After I qualified as a mine warfare and clearance diving officer, I was sent as second in command of a mine hunter named HMS Maxton. And I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed my time on Maxton, even the Northern Ireland patrols searching ships for explosives and gun runners. I was first lieutenant of Maxton when we were sister ship to HMS Bronington, which was then under the command of who is now King Charles. And I like to say up front, he's a really good bloke, great company, and I think he'll make a good king. That's just my opinion. Anyway, we were doing what they call a replenishment at sea. That's when two ships are running alongside each other and connected by ropes to pass equipment and men back and forth. I had an idea. I got a bottle of grouse whiskey, which is what Prince Charles liked, unpicked the custom seal, poured the top of the whiskey out and topped it up with cold tea. And I sent it across to HMS Bronington. And you could see the chief steward appearing on the bridge with 4 glasses and the bottle. It wasn't open at that point. So the chief steward took the bottle to open it. When his diving officer said, "Check the seal, chief, you can't trust Henk," which I knew is what they would do, which is why I had unpicked the seal in the first place. Anyway, the seal was intact. They opened it, poured the top few dregs out, and Prince Charles came out on the bridge wing, raised a glass in salute, took a mouthful and of course spat it out, because you don't expect cold tea in your whiskey. Ringrose, the diving officer, said, "I told you couldn't trust Henk, sir. He probably peed in it." All I can say is bang goes my knighthood. One of the things we did once a year was blow up what's known as a mine disposal weapon. That's shaped like a torpedo without a propeller on it, and people like me were trained to place this thing alongside what's deemed or discovered to be a mine. It's detonated and sympathetic detonation sets off the mine. And once a year we tested the system. Well, on this occasion we were in the River Forth in an area which in those days was where we got rid of our ordnance. And we set the whole thing up, put it in the water, set the electric timer, and guess what? It didn't go off. We did it twice, and then it was decided somebody had to go down and blow it up. And of course, as the officer in charge, that was me. So I prepared a pile of plastic explosives and detonators and something called Cortex. Dived down 30 meters to the mine disposal weapon. I wrapped the plastic explosives around the weapon and put the detonators in it. Unbeknownst to me, up top, there was a storm brewing, and we had a flood tide and the wind coming down the Forth, so you had a short, sharp, choppy sea. And the bomb was connected to the surface to a Gemini, an inflatable boat, and it started bouncing. And it was lifting up about 3 feet and thundering down onto the seabed. So I had a choice, take the detonators out or swim like crazy for the surface. That dive at 30 meters should take 2 minutes to allow the air in your lungs to leave your lungs so you don't damage the alveoli. Anyway, I decided I would swim for the surface and leave the mine ready to blow. I swam like fury. It took me about 30 seconds to get to the top, blowing out all the way. And believe me, it takes a lot of training to tell yourself to keep blowing, because the instinct is to hold your breath. We set the bomb off. Massive explosive, 220 pounds of Torpex, left the surface of the sea covered in fish. So we spent a merry half an hour collecting a lot of the fish, taking it back to the ship. A month later, one of the, what they call a killick, as a leading seaman of one of the messes, came to see me one evening and said, "Sir, I have a request from the rest of the lads. No more fish," except he threw a few expletives in with it.